From the jungle they rumble to be sure that their city won't crumble. They may not be the best, but this adventure will put their mettle to the test. Savage stampedes are rolling thunder. They're gonna put the putreds under. While they're the force of nature. Watch out for they're the Power Rangers. Let's go. These Rangers are wild, they battle with style. Let's fight. A stampede's coming, the vicious and cunning. This misfit team has a head of steam, but they're the ones we count on. Let's win. The Savage Stampede's making history.
Hello and welcome back to Power Rangers Savage Stampede. We are in the second half of episode 18. When last we left our Rangers, Team Cosmo and Wanda had
thing now. It's the name.
that is the thing. We have decided.
Oh my god.
Gabe and Teddy are now Cosmo and Wanda.
I have thoughts. They're going in text chat.
Oh my god.
All right. When last they left off, they'd rescued several children that had been recently kidnapped and gotten a solid lead and planted a tracker on some slavers. Des and Derek, meanwhile, had gone and discovered an old friend. Well, if you want to call him that, has made his way back to town. What implications does that yield? Since he's looking for Tammy. And something that Tammy may own. Natasha, we're going to start with you. We find you in the library in Blackwood Manor. You had been tasked with digging up any information on other Ranger power sources that Blackwood Manor may have. Go ahead and give me up here. So it makes sense for your character here.
Please be a culture roll. It's the only intelligence skill I have.
Yeah, you could go culture. There's to understand a culture, you would still have to research it. So other cultures than your own, anyway. So yeah, I'll give you a culture. I would not say that you were able to use specialization, though. Your search is not going well. You are struggling. You continue to look around. Kind of digging through everything. You don't seem to be finding anything. You were right about now. You're really wishing that Harrison was here because maybe he could help. But unfortunately, Harrison is not.
I don't know why they sent me to do this shit. I'm barely passing college. I'm not even the smart one of my siblings. I think getting frustrated, she would like close whatever book she has in her hands and like call probably her grandmother to ask directly like if they have anything in the house that's useful.
The phone rings. Your grandmother answers. She goes, "What's up, girl?"
Uh yeah, I'm gonna need you to do me a giant favor.
What you got?
Do we have anything in the do you have anything in the house ranger related that we could use? Because if I have to read another book, I will burn this place to the ground.
Your grandma, you can hear her kind of pulling away. You hear a couple button pushes. And then like a small tone on the end of the line. And then she comes back and she goes, "All right, sorry, I had to make sure this line was secure. Go to the back shelf. Third shelf in on against the wall. Second shelf up. Fourth book. And pull it."
Thank you. Your library's safe for now. She goes to do what she's told.
It takes you a minute to find like the exact book that she's talking about, because you kind of go, and then once you pull that book, the bookcase pops up and kind of like it almost like lifts up out of the ground and then just swings in. And as you push in, it revealed this room. It's got a couple of computers. They look old, older, probably mid 90s. And along the wall is just scrolls and books, all very, very old, and some things that look kind of like data tablets that seem to be that you know that other alien species are commonly use. And no, you had no idea this room was here.
Right now, she's trying to math how much she can get away with touching without breaking something that costs more than the house. I mean, she'll start looking around for like information on like any energy source they can use to nuke that son of a bitch.
What do you mean, man?
Go ahead and give me another culture check. It takes you a good solid 2 hours to kind of sort through all this data, because it's not sorted very well. Doesn't seem to be like any rhyme or reason. But you do find something. You find some information on other rangers, another ranger-like power source that exists in another galaxy, and it doesn't seem like this particular item has found a home or a user yet, based on anything you can find.
Do I get any idea what it does?
From what you can gather, it it has it seems to be some kind of weapon related to the Rangers. It's once it was used as a Ranger power source, but it could also, from what your grandmother's research suggests, could act as a spaceship destroying type weapon. Your grandmother believes it to be very, very, very powerful.
I take whatever book or tablet or cuneiformian text that this information is written on, close the secret part of the library, and teleport back up to the enemy.
At about this time, you kind of rejoin the other four there. And you see Dez, Gabe, Derek, and Teddy all seeming to be talking about kind of what to do next. There seems to be two possible paths kind of forward. Teddy, you and Gabe are kind of arguing for going after the slavers, as you guys have now. Enough time has passed. It's been a couple hours since you guys got back, because Natasha took a hot minute to research. And you guys have been able to find and locate where the slavers' base is. There's a wormhole basically just the other side of the moon that they're basically slipping through. And it's just the other side of that wormhole, about 6,000 light years away.
Dastardly.
But, I mean, the wormhole's making it basically a couple-hour trip. And conversely, Derek, Teddy, I believe you guys would be arguing for getting more information on Black and potentially going after him. Because you guys believe you might have a way, based on the information based on the tool that's been given, you might be able to reverse engineer a way onto his ship. With the device that you guys recovered last time.
Look, all I'm saying is, if we don't take the galactic beasts into space on a regular basis, are they gonna lose their spaciness? I think a space adventure is exactly what we need right now. Come on.
Will their body adapt to Earth's gravity?
Exactly. So we go through the wormhole, we take out and we take them to space, go through the wormhole thingy, and deal with the slavers. Easy as that. And then we still have functioning galactic beasts.
I don't know anything about Galactic Beast, but I know SPD and Harrison are still trying to figure out the technology we found to try and reverse engineer it. I'm gonna retcon that is where Harrison's at right now. He's working with SPD.
Him and a couple of they're basically in the portable lab. Which is glorified. Just a glorified trailer sitting on the animarium. Teddy's been in it.
Sure have.
He was dissected. He was probed on Earth.
Well, the fact that we have trackers on both. Somebody that we suspect is working with Black and these slavers. What if we hang out and see if they cross over at all?
You think they might be connected?
So Black was looking for bodies, right? For his gooey ranger people thing.
I mean, it couldn't. If they do intersect, then we have a two birds, one stone situation. We could get.
And if that,
That's a big if, though, isn't it?
no
fact
risk, no
that-
reward.
I have a hard time believing with how connected Black is that he wouldn't at least know of this slaver operation in his neck of the woods.
I mean, and I think it's at this point Natasha like walks up to the rest of the group. We know for a fact that he sent Derek's sister, and I find it a hard coincidence that he would send her to a planet where there were slavers on accident. But there is always a third option, and she puts the book she has on the desk on like the meeting table.
I must have skipped my class in ancient languages. What the hell is this supposed to say?
She also puts down the translation tablet next to it.
Like I can barely read now, Natasha.
Yeah.
I said you have concussions. I'm gonna need
This
you
is
to be a
smart
little
people.
more specific.
Well, from what my granny has told me and what the book says, there is an ancient weapon in another galaxy. It's not. I'm still working on the description on exactly what it does and looks like, but it was once used to power other rangers. But alternatively, it can be used as a weapon strong enough to destroy a battleship, maybe more than one.
The last time we went after ancient mysterious powers, we ran into Tammy. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
And if we didn't get him then, she probably would have grabbed them on our behalf. And then he
She
would
did
have
punch
an
a god
entire.
in the face though, so that was pretty awesome.
That was kind of cool, I'm not going to lie.
Said it last time. I don't like leaving our backyard to search for something that we don't even have a area to point it at yet.
Well, Natasha, it seems that does your book and tablet thingy tell you where this ancient weapon is?
Does it?
Yes. I'm gonna need the fantasy name generator for a name. What's this? I got like 4 names that I can come up with off the top of my head, and all of them sound like shit.
Sorry.
I don't like that all these
I
are
get
off
it.
world. Could they have not hidden something,
I
somewhere
mean,
here?
the Rangers on the road has really, really dug deep into the shit we've hidden on this planet.
Yeah. They couldn't find one more cave.
One more quarry where ancient power has been hidden. I think we're all quarried out at this point.
I know it's a lot to ask, but
We've really mined all of our resources on this planet. At least when it comes to ancient, unfathomable powers.
The Aquitar.
They call it it's the locals call it the Zodiac Galaxy. And it's approximately like 1 light year over. And you guys are capable of much faster than light travel.
If we get more power ups, I demand the Dragon Zodiac Saint Seiya powers.
This is called the Zodiac Galaxy. And the description of it is it seems to be some kind of large it's the translation is rough and it's they call it translates roughly to large beast, but it seems to be mechanical in nature.
Oh, we're getting another. Not just like, I'm pretty sure this is another Zord.
Bro,
Is it?
we have 2 Zords. Since when do we need 3? That's
I
a
mean,
lot.
the Wild Force Rangers had like a
Fucking
lot.
30.
What if it's only one Zord though?
Oh,
Right?
like
I mean,
like
There was
what if it's
what
our
if it's like
Titanus slash Tor?
in the Ranger log? There's this thing called Serpentera. What if it's like that?
well,
That was
hopefully it doesn't
wait,
run
wait,
on
no, I
double
did
A
read about
bat.
Serpentera. Wasn't like always running out of battery or something?
It quite literally ran on double A's.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, it was yeah, it had the opposite of plot armor. It had like plot Achilles heels.
I was like, what? I'm like, not even a car battery, double A, like a goddamn.
Anyway, okay. Well, as much as I really think getting, ancient weapons and stuff is cool, it would help us with both
But-
our problems, technically. I mean, if we know where
And
Black is, he is a battleship. I don't know if either of our Megazords can do anything to that.
And it's closer than the Slavers and Lord Black's ship, to be honest. Realistically, this is our closest option, especially with our capabilities to get there.
Well, the wormhole to the Slavers is on the other side of the moon. That's closer than anything.
I mean, but we have faster than light travel.
It's
and
6
only
of one,
one
half dozen
light
of the other at this point for either of those.
One is 4 light years away, the other is.
Derek is just nodding to those words.
Realistically, do we have a counter to a battalion of battleships that is realistic to fight in space?
Unless Mr. Cranston is hiding something at Project Squadron headquarters, no.
Yeah, we don't even know what the full capabilities of Squadron are. So I don't know
We
what.
haven't.
Well, isn't
We
that
haven't
also the
even.
purpose of not just Squadron but SPD?
Yeah.
That's my second point. Realistically, SPD can handle the slavers, and it's their job to.
Not to mention how much funding do they have over in Silver Hills?
I mean, we can't rely on other people to solve every problem we encounter, right? I mean, at some point
But
we have
that's
to do
not
the right thing.
every problem. That is their mission statement. These are humans. These is an alien faction enslaving human children. That is SPD's job.
They're slaving more than human children. They're mostly
I was
enslaving
also
aliens.
talking about SPD in terms of fighting battalions of alien warships because that is also in their purview.
Look, if SPD was fully capable of dealing with I almost said Lord Brack, which is a Space Ghost villain. If SPD was fully capable of dealing with Lord Black, do you really think Mr. Cranston would have even started Project Squadron?
I don't think they're capable of what we. I don't think they're capable. I don't think anybody terrestrial side is, and that's the
I
problem.
mean,
We don't we don't have the artillery.
really,
They,
But we know where to find some artillery thanks to you. I see where you're going.
and if Space Patrol Delta can do one thing, it's handle a slaver mission off world, as long as another one of their teams doesn't side with the slavers.
oop. Is this is after the events of SP, right?
Yep.
Then the timeline. Okay, so it's like we're not sending SPD on something before Alpha Team has betrayed everybody. It's just to get B Team like murdered.
Bitch,
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
My bad, bestie.
Teddy has been sitting very silently, just kind of waiting for everyone to stop talking. And as soon as he sees that everyone has kind of agreed upon this, he just looks to the group.
I don't think anyone's in agreement.
No, not at all.
This
This is a
this thing that Natasha has found. If we can get it done in exactly 3 days, and I mean 3, then I say do it. But if it can't be done in 3 days, listen, I don't ask much of anything of anyone. But these slavers and I have business with them, and I need that settled so much sooner than I need Black's ass. That's all I have to say. So if we can get this extra power in 3 days, I'm fine. But if you can't guarantee me that, these slavers need to go. I don't care what anyone says. I will go by myself if I have to. But these slavers need to go. I have business with them, and if I know where they are, I'm going.
Well,
We always finish our extra missions in the time span. We got this.
all right. Well, I can't speak. I can't speak on how long it's going to take for us to find this weapon. But I can't let Teddy go after the slavers alone. So my vote's with Teddy.
With-
Natasha, if you
with
think we can get done,
I'm thinking with faster than light travel, how
Mhm.
quickly could we get to the planet that's listed in this galaxy, equating for like stars and moving, like space expanding over time?
Depends on which methodology you took. If you were to borrow,
Shortest.
if you were to borrow something like Titus's shuttle, you would get there in about a little over a day. Through the Galactobase, you're looking about a 4-day round trip. They're fast, but they're not jet engine fast. If you
Like 2 days
if you
there, 2
transform
days
them
home.
into the Megazord, you could potentially get there and back in 3 days if everything goes well.
I can't promise you 3 days, but if we can send the Galactobase to the slavers, that's more artillery than we probably need. Realistically, there is a ring of people in Mariner Bay kidnapping alien and human, a lot of alien children. This is our responsibility because of the people that live here. Lord Black won't stop attacking us. But this is a pressing issue because each day these kids are gone, they're most likely to never be found.
it's
So
He's
did
not
you just
wrong.
change? Did you just change your vote, Natasha? 'Cause you were saying going after the power.
I made a promise to my friend a long time ago that I would never let him do something. Do I think that it's best for us, people fighting a war, to go after this utility? Of course I do. But I know I can't get this done in 3 days. And I know if I tell him that, he'll try to do it by himself.
Well, then it sounds like we're going after some slavers, then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Punchy punchy.
We cannot, this has to stay between the five of us. I don't even know if we can tell Harrison. Realistically, he is compromised due to his ooze form.
What do you
If
mean? Like,
anybody finds
You don't
the
think
power
we can trust
described
him
here,
just because he's
I'm not
oozy?
saying that. I'm saying that if they were able to find a way to listen through him, control his mind, are getting past natural defenses he clearly had, and were able to gain the information of a weapon strong enough to defeat their battalion. What's stopping them from getting there before us? And then Lord Black and the Psychos have another energy source that can power a dark rain. I don't even think we should tell Merrick or shit.
I don't like keeping secrets, especially from people who are supposed to be our friends.
We're at war. At some points, you have to keep classified information straight. If we don't, then we're putting other people in danger.
Well, I'm not saying I'm gonna like, text Seamus about it. I'm saying, we tell American Shayla and Adam what our plans are. Like,
I don't think we should tell anybody until until we are on our way there. No one should know about this.
I'm in agreement with Natasha. There's one, Adam has enough on his plate with whatever's going on with Mr. Cranston. And not to mention, we've already faced off with 3 versions of Merrick, and we haven't been able to pin down that the one that we have here is the one that is on our side.
We haven't even been able to confirm who the inside the traitor was. We've just kind of assumed that it might have been Gur, Des, Gurren, whatever, but we don't actually know that for a fact.
And to be honest, I'm pretty sure one of the mentors is also compromised because the funeral was still attacked, and that got compromised through a mentor's power system.
I don't like this. I don't like the secrecy. I don't like not knowing who I can trust.
You can trust the 4 people in this room right now.
I want to be able to trust Merrick and Shayla and Adam too. And if I can't trust them, and I trust the 4 of you guys, obviously. I mean, we've been through so much together, but the rest of them were there too. Maybe not in the same way. They might not have been, fighting shoulder to shoulder, but they were there. And even the other Rangers we met we've met, I don't want to look at them not knowing if I can trust them or not. At some point, we have to find out what's going on and figure it out for once and for all. Because I can't go through life not knowing who to trust. It's too exhausting. It's too exhausting doubting everyone I talk to other than the 4 of you.
This might not be the right time for this conversation, but Gabe, don't you want to work in show business? Isn't that the whole thing.
Who's this guy?
Okay, faking sincerity is different than lying.
I mean, they do both.
That's a razor's edge.
And oh, stop ruining my moment with good points.
Listen, babe, I know that it's hard to fathom that the people we're fighting alongside can't know everything about what we're doing. But if you think about it this way, if we tell the entire of Project Squadron, with it being compromised, and the Psychos get their hand on this power source, they could power one of their evil team, or they could turn this weapon that can destroy a Imperial arms spaceship onto a planet of civilians.
Oh, like
The way-
that old movie I saw on Turner Classic from like 60 years ago, Star Wars.
I think you're thinking of Star Force. Come on.
No, I think you're thinking of Galaxy Quest.
If enough sci-fi.
Okay,
In
right,
all
right, right.
seriousness,
So, we've been talking this
there
on
are
Earth. We've been talking this. We've been talking this up and down. We've gone on tangents. Derek, you're our leader right now. What do you think we should do?
I mean, it sounds like we're all on the same page now. But if we don't save these kids soon, we might not get to. Natasha's right. Kids that are once a kid's gone, they're gone. Whether they're lost, kidnapped, runaways, it doesn't matter. It's a really small window to get them back. I think the real question is how the hell are we gonna get all the Galactabeasts off planet without everyone knowing what we're doing? You can't exactly secretively ride giant Zord animals into space.
I
Here's
mean,
my question.
okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to. Are they on the animarium?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they are.
so how is? So it's not really.
That's even harder.
No, that's not really an issue.
could we not teleport? Could we not teleport with the
Everyone
Galactabeasts?
we don't want finding out is on the animarium. It's like an
That's-
even bigger issue. They're gonna notice they're gone the
okay.
second we're gone.
But
Have y'all never snuck out before?
But wait. Not if Peacock has one of his meltdowns. Some days he
mean, if we
feels
give-
he's not pretty, and if I'm not there to talk him down, he'll go ballistic.
The best retcon in the whole last year. Peacock goes full like Real Housewives on the animarium if he has a bad day.
So if we have Peacock make a very convincing distraction, and I'm not around to tell him he's pretty today, then
It's fine. I can have Viper say his feathers look out of order.
I'll have Fang agree. Are we 100% sure that bird won't turn down the animarium?
Oh,
I'll talk to him beforehand. Just
No, we need this to be real.
I mean, no.
I agree with Natasha. It should be real.
Okay, but I don't want to hurt his feelings like that.
Gabe, he'll be fine.
Okay.
Moose will talk to him. I will tell
Buddy.
I will tell Buddy to go talk to him. Don't worry.
Maybe Fang shouldn't reiterate. That might make some tension for you guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
do
we
it.
don't
No.
socialize, if Viper and Peacock
Do it
don't
for the
socialize for
content.
like a month, that's
if
perfectly fine.
it came from Swiper, that would be one thing. If it came from
yeah.
Fang, that would be a whole another
There's-
thing.
Yeah,
Natasha leans into Dez and like, are we 100% sure that bird won't kill one of the Galactabeasts?
I lean back.
Viper is
We
like
can
immensely
open up the
poisonous.
pool for how that's gonna go after this.
We tell Adam. We do not tell Adam. This was our idea. If the animarium gets real fucked.
Buddy,
Fine.
Peacock, buddy, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but it's for the greater good. Please forgive me once it's all over.
I want you all to know this
No
is a great idea,
apologizing.
and
You
this is
guys are
going to be
in. You guys are
great.
in tune, physically and emotionally. He'll know
Right,
you're apologizing, Gabe. Stop.
Okay, damn it. Okay,
Mom.
anyway, closing off brain.
Like
That was surprisingly
mentally, I'm
easy.
connecting with Viper, going to tell him to just fuck crawl out of the cave and choose violence on this particular morning.
I walk up to Natasha. I'll give
Tasha's
you.
mentally telling her.
All right, I'm giving you 2-to-1 odds that it's under 12 hours.
I'll take that. I think he at least has a day before he actually burns down the animarium.
You guys think it would have been a good idea to make sure that Viper had non-lethal venom to use, or we might come back to a dead Galactabeast or two if a fight
It's
breaks up.
verbal venom.
That bird
Wait.
can fly.
Okay, it's all right. Like he'll make a lot of noise and probably kick some things and maybe knock something over, but I don't think he'll like hurt anyone because he's having a bad day.
Oh, so it's like a 3-year-old child having a temper tantrum. That's fine.
To be fair, he did get kicked off the animarium for being involved in like assault on a occupying army without.
So did all of
already
our
committed
Zords. So did all of our Zords.
You're
So did
right.
all of our Zords. Why is that? Why are you making this a Peacock thing?
All right.
Because we
All
don't
right.
know.
Teddy
We don't
looks
know
at the
it was
group.
his idea for the glory.
Teddy looks at the group. We have a plan. We know what we're doing. We leave tomorrow. Is everyone good with that?
I am good to go.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's about 11 o'clock at night now.
We go to bed. We come here. I look at Gabe. We're getting up at 7. No time for beauty rest. And we're leaving.
Okay, I'll have to set my alarm early to finish my skincare routine, but sure.
The discomfort on Gabe's
Yeah,
face.
I'll wake him up at 7. I'll wake him up at 5. He'll be.
All right.
Natasha's on that school faculty schedule.
Yeah, Gabe's normally a wake up at 11 person, so
The next
They're like extremely regimented. He gets up early.
morning rolls around.
I mean, Des has been. I don't think Des fell asleep.
So the next morning rolls around. As planned, you call the Galactabeasts away, and they kind of sneak away, not really being noticed, as Peacock is losing his crap. The scene, let me set the scene for you.
Sorry.
Peacock is full yelling at Viper, and Viper is enjoying it and just feeding and nitpicking. Oh, I think that feather is out of place. Oh, I think that feather is out of place. No, it's not. No, it's not. Viper reaches out,
Viper's
literally
head.
plucks one of the metal feathers off Peacock and says, "It is now."
Derek's like, Viper, tell him he'll get wrinkles if he keeps stressing out like that.
And
no.
the Galactabeasts are able to sneak away. You were able to form the Megazord and fly into space.
I'm sorry,
Natasha,
Peacock.
don't apologize.
We're out.
You guys
Yeah,
fly.
yeah.
You kind of come
It's okay to apologize now. We're gone.
as you're coming around the moon. I want each of you to give me an alertness check.
Ooh, okey-dokey.
We're gonna fight Moon Rangers.
That didn't go well last time.
18.
Wait, what
Nice.
all colors died on the moon in the comic?
It wasn't all, but
All but
it was
red.
Yeah.
all but red.
It was like all but
Yeah,
red.
all but
But
red.
one
Yeah.
of them sacrificed themselves.
That was yellow. I think it was the Russian one.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
me. I think it was yellow. Alright.
But we're not going to the moon. We're going to a wormhole behind the moon.
Why does it say 8? But it okay.
Because you,
Yeah.
you maxed on it, but you only
Yeah.
got a
But
2.
but I only got a 4 on the other one. I was misreading the die. I thought
No. Gabe,
it froze on an 18 for a sec.
as you're kind of like looking out the window, you catch sight of kind of shrapnel all over the place. Of the site where you see a giant dragon's head. Like this thing's the head alone is as big as your Megazord.
Does it remind me of Ranger Files on Serpentera if I have watched those?
You have, and it is Serpentera's head.
Guys. Don't get me wrong,
Derek?
but over there, I believe that looks a lot like the big nasty AA battery Zord from the Ranger Files.
Derek looks over and he just looks at Serpentera's head and is like, "Son of a bitch."
Oh, they have
It's-
something.
There's like it's very much in parts. Like there's shrapnel everywhere. You can kind of see where the fight took place.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we're lucky, and that was a ring.
Okay, last I recall, that thing was dormant on the moon, and the Machine Empire was trying to bring it up. But then, oh wait, didn't Wild Force Red break it, or was that something else?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, he rode a motorcycle in its mouth and out its butthole. I don't really know how that works with the Zord, but it did blow up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm
But
not stressed about that.
that was a long time ago, and it
Yeah, that was
shouldn't
like-
still be floating around here.
At that
Why are
point,
you
would
saying
have been 20 years ago.
So wait, are you suggesting this is like an alternate universe Serpentera that got blown up more recently?
No,
Just the graveyard of Serpentera.
it's literally no. It's literally like it's in pieces. Like there's shrapnel. Like the head's like really the only solid piece that
Yeah.
is still together.
Okay, so this is just
Okay.
like a cool piece of
That's
history.
just on the moon now. That's just on the moon. I mean, it's bigger than a Zord. Who's taking it off the moon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Man,
Natasha,
Eventually
give
it's-
me a culture check.
Right.
That's more than 20 years ago. Wild Force was in
Yeah, I was gonna
2002.
say, I don't think your math was there. It was right there. I think it's like, because we're in 2025,
Would have been
right? 2026.
You guys are
now,
2020,
right?
2027 now. That's after the new year. And that happened in 2002, so that would have been 25 years.
25 years.
yeah. It's all good.
wild.
I got a
14.
14 encore.
At the bottom, something kind of triggers in your memory about that book that you were reading yesterday. The large beast looks an awful lot like Serpentera based on kind of like the drawings, but there are several differences. Like one, the fact that it has wings. Serpentera does not.
Hopefully, it has a better battery source.
And
Got the big old D batteries now.
as you guys kind of come at this point, you guys are coming up on the wormhole. you slip through.
Actually, I think we said before we have the Ranger cockpit where we're next to each other.
Mhm.
Natasha will write down on this paper because she doesn't want comms. The beast, the artillery beast is another version. And then pass him another note. Never say this over comms. We don't know who's listening.
Who's the note being passed to initially?
Both went to Derek.
Okay.
But these are our galactic. Our galactic beasts shouldn't
I
be
never
synced
think-
up to a squadron, though,
They're not.
right? Yeah, I didn't think so. So
And you guys,
You're good.
you guys saying it over comms is one thing, but you guys are literally in the same cockpit. You guys could just talk.
Yeah, I thought we were more.
No,
I thought we were more. So I was like, I want.
You are morphed, but just
Oh,
because you're
that's
morphed
different.
doesn't mean you're transmitting.
Talking over comms, yeah.
You have to actually like enable that.
Could literally also just. take her
She
helmet
still
off
does
her
it 'cause
inside
she doesn't-
like a sword.
So Derek, you receive a piece of
Sorry,
paper
she
that
still
that says the giant beast looks like Serpentera, or looks something like Serpentera. And you remember from the picture too when she says that it did look like it did look based on like it was a very crude drawing, but whatever it was looked like a dragon with wings with like kind of the same head.
It's not Preston's dragon from Ninja Steel, is it?
Mm-mm.
So I get the note. First thing he says is like takes his helmet off, and he says, "Rangers, helmets off, turn comms off."
Does everybody take their helmets off?
I mean, I imagine they wait for me to take mine off to make sure they don't die first, but
Boom!
I feel like that's a normal reaction. You just like someone tells you to take your helmet off in a
While you're
wild
in space,
animal forest.
about to slip through a wormhole.
You're just like, well, once they do and the comms are all off, I tell them, I relay the information, like we're going closed communications only. Until we figure out more about who broke into Squadron, who's watching and listening.
That's the case.
I mean,
We do this. No morph.
they could know. Is it so bad that they know we're going after slaves? I think that's fine, but the second Terra situation is a different beast. I'm also it's become increasingly obvious we're somehow linked to a zero crystal. If we can figure out how to link the power we're gaining and feed the access to Serpentera, realistically we could circumvent the biggest problem that the old one had.
Why don't
We could also just turn it into a big bomb. That was the problem with the Zeo crystals.
too much power?
They go boom.
I mean,
Here's
if
the-
we're sharing it and the thing is sharing,
but it's also not linked to our powers. Turning that thing on is like jump-starting a car without a key. Anybody can drive it.
Not if you install a kill switch.
I feel like we're looking at too many problems at once.
Yeah, I'm with Gabe. First things first, we deal with these slavers.
After that, we can figure out what to do with Second Terra.
Local comms only. When we get back to Earth, I'm gonna Harrison modify our helmets. Make sure no one can eavesdrop.
For the record, I don't like this, like, secrecy and lies. But I'm gonna go along with
Every
it
military-
because I trust you guys.
I mean, every military has a black ops student, right?
But did it have to be Savage Stampede? Couldn't have been this weird secret SPD team that, oh right, they're dead. Sorry, that was a little bit of black comedy there, but it happened.
Plus, this way I get to be Jason Statham from the Expendables.
I don't want to die. I keep
Yeah.
almost dying.
Natasha, you're not going to die. I will make sure
That's
of
the
that.
thing about almost dying. Didn't actually die.
All right, guys, focus up.
Right. All right.
You slip through. As you come into about an hour and a half later, you come into orbit of the planet. You scan it. The Galactabees scan it, and they find the location of the tracker. And the tracker is in a forested area. The Galactabees say that they'll need to land a little ways away so that you guys aren't seen right away. So they sneak in, kind of come up around the horizon from the planet, and you guys drop in about 3-4 miles away. As you guys kind of deboard the Galactabees, they all separate. You guys begin your kind of trekking through the jungle. As you guys are coming up, go ahead and give me an infiltration check.
Infiltration.
And keep in mind, you guys do have 7 story points.
So we're morphed. I'm gonna use a power point
For
so
Ninja?
I can be in ninja mode. Yeah.
Well,
so I
that
can
is a
kinda
critical
jump in.
fail on Teddy's part.
Reroll that.
Oh wow, we first snack that was good.
Yeah. Check. Okay, there
You
it is.
die.
Yeah.
That tracks though. Moose don't belong in jungles.
Yeah.
And peacocks do?
I mean, they are tropical birds.
You spent the story
Yeah,
point to reroll?
I don't know. Well, all nations are peacocks in.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their natural habitat is. I don't know if I've ever actually even seen a wild peacock. Oh, now I have to look
Natural
at
habitat. Lowland forests.
Okay.
So not really.
No.
But they can also be found in tropical habitats.
Okay, so that would be a jungle.
Debatable.
As each of you moves through the jungle, you guys, by working together and kind of pointing out where loud spots are, Derek, you kind of taking the lead and picking out the spots from everybody else. Fortunately for you guys, the group check passed with Teddy's reroll. You guys kind of come up on the ridge, kind of come up, and you can kind of see just like there's this clearing, and there's just kind of like in the back you can kind of see a hill, and you can kind of see a mine basically, and you see people coming in and out of it. Give me an alertness check for more details.
Oh, nice.
Would this technically be investigation or no?
No, this would be perception.
Okay.
Unless you're looking for something specific.
I wouldn't know what to look for at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of why I feel like it would be more of just like a general perception check. Gabe, Derek, you guys kind of look around, and a glint of metal kind of flashes into your eye a little bit, and you see this large green humanoid with stag beetle like horns on the top of its head, and he's kind of moving around, and then there's a bunch of metal type robot looking things. They're weird looking, kind of got like this weird blue beret looking thing on their head, and you see give me a culture check, Derek.
Oh god. I don't think I have anything for culture.
Apparently, you have a D4.
Well,
I'm
it would have
I
been
do.
specific. It's specific
Could
towards
I
the
roll that?
It's specific to the ranger files if you guys are interested, and if you want to roll it, and after they've pointed things out.
I mean, I can try it.
Derek, you actually
Okay.
you recognize the green robot as a general from the Machine Empire.
Okay.
And there are what looks like parts of cogs being built. Kind of like laying around. Like there's like, you see one kid kind of literally looks like he's working on a hand.
Okay. I do relay that to the team behind me. Part of the Machine Empire.
What would the Machine Empire need for slaves, though? They can't just build their own robots?
I mean, they were completely destroyed last time, even like their last generals, right? I'm guessing that they need somebody to build them up back from the ground up.
Still don't like it. Something's not adding up.
Wait a minute. Think about it. If the Machine Empire, an empire that is ever expanding and ever growing, we're back on the board, and the Psycho somehow got control of them, like Dark Spectre got control of them last time. Essentially have an endless army of foot soldiers that can repair them.
That's not great.
Yeah, I feel like she's right. There's a bigger plan that we're not seeing yet.
All right,
We
well,
gotta get closer.
Doesn't matter how big or small the plan is, if we break apart the pieces, there's no plan.
Is this one of those situations we just call those megas place?
Does that break the no escalation rule? I thought there was a no escalation rule.
So no one ever told me that. That was the thing he told the original team.
I actually don't remember if they told us that.
You were never.
I was
That was
thrilled.
never mentioned to you.
It's just like the scene from oh, I can't remember the name of the movie now. Or he's loading the
We have
shotgun
giant
and just like, shame. Derek's just about to go in, guns ablazing. Natasha's with a steel chair.
I will hit someone with a chair before season 1 is over. I promise you, the viewer, that.
We need to get you a Zord that can throw chairs at people.
I need to get a bipedal Zoid. That's the thing.
Well, maybe
One
for
of
season
those.
2.
I keep taking extra attack because I think it's more useful.
So what else is in the area before we like ate orange this entire jungle?
Gabe, you do recognize the ship, kind of off, kind of like little off to the right there. There are some of the slavers that escaped, kind of standing around it, and they seem to be talking to some of the robots.
Okay, well, that's definitely the ship that we saw back on Earth. And he points that out to everybody. If they have if that ship is there, I mean, there could be innocent kids that they took here, couldn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
actually.
probably true.
We can't really just.
Natasha, hold off on the firebomb.
Yeah. Let's not go straight up blowing it up from orbit just yet.
Natasha has an idea.
As
She
long
is.
as it's not a grave of the firefly situation, Derek's on board.
Good God.
Natasha is 5 foot without her boots on or morphed. She can bind her chest with like a thing and probably pass.
Are we passing you as a child?
That way, I could pass myself as a child trying to escape, get close to them, and if needed, you'll have somebody on the inside that can help the kids plan for an escape once we attack.
That could
Can we
backfire though.
tell how?
What if they get to you, or
Can
and take
we
you
tell
somewhere?
how or if the slaves are marked?
With their crazy alertness checks earlier, could they have told if like they marked the kids or with something like distinct?
Yeah, there's got to be something distinct, so if they ran off, they could find them. Some kind of restraint.
It's a little too hard to see from here. You guys are.
We'd have to get close.
Did Gabe and Teddy relate to us that they were all alien children? Or was that not something? Am I just making that up?
That is up to them whether or not they relayed that particular bit of information to you or not.
I feel like I said that they're predominantly alien children.
Yes, that was said.
Okay.
Teddy,
So
can you
wouldn't
do
it
me
make
a
more?
favor?
Of course.
I mean, I'm child size already. If he gave me his visual transmuter, I wouldn't even have to change my appearance.
Okay, first
But-
off, you're not child size, you're petite.
But why? That's a bit of a hat on a hat. Why not just have Teddy go down there undisguised? Because if they see through
'Cause
your
he's
disguise,
absolutely giant.
So
Yeah, if they don't
and-
know that he's like child size for his species, that's gonna cause problems. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
if he
they-
acts
well,
like
they
indigenous
had his-
wildlife. I don't.
Wouldn't they know child
Teddy,
size for
they-
species? They like have your brother.
yeah,
like,
they did.
they've seen children of his species. Teddy's an adult. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I'm the
he's
only
on the
person
older
who-
end.
Yes,
That
I'm pretty
yes,
sure I'm
I
the
am.
only person who I'm the only person who could pass in this situation.
I don't
Okay.
know. Dez looks pretty young.
Look.
I think Derek's the only one that looks like he's 29.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that the most convincing decoy will be the one with the best acting skills. So clearly, that's me.
You're just trying to feed
You've
your
never
ego,
seen
Gabe.
me.
Teddy just looks at the group, slaps it onto Gabe, and says, "You better put on the best act of your life."
Why would you encourage him?
Hey,
But
I
better.
have done.
This is
I
a
have done.
bad idea. I am
No.
a better close range fighter, and we
Well,
both know it.
I
if we
look at
do this right-
Natasha. We're not looking for a fight. We're looking for Gabe to get in, do his best to attract people to him, and then we all fight. We don't need you to
Plan
be in
get
there.
Gabe a gun.
Well,
We
that
need
plan
to-
didn't happen. So the plan is now Gabe runs in, makes a distraction, and gets the fuck out. So
Derek writes down "get Gabe a gun" in a notebook, and it's like under 14 other written notes of "get Gabe a gun."
okay, so he fiddles with the projector until there's something vaguely childlike about him.
So
Isn't he
you
like
end up
around
you end
on
up
the top
looking
side?
like a adolescent Syrian, with like a greenish hue to the scales.
Okay, so here's the plan. I go in, I make a scene, and then you guys swoop in and save the day. Perfect. It works.
Natasha takes her blaster off her hip and puts it into his pants, where the projector is covering. You're a better shot than I am, anyway. If something goes wrong, shoot him in the head.
I will keep that in mind, and usually when you yeah, careful about, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, we're good. And Gabe is going to dart off in sort of an angle that's sort of perpendicular to between the slavers and where the Rangers are in hiding, and put on the best show of his life as if he is running for his life away from a horrible past. He is putting all of the Oliver Twist energy into this.
As he's doing that, Des leans over to Derek. 2-1 odds he's caught within 12 minutes.
Should have got him a better gun. Writes it down again.
You get spotted. You get spotted right away because you kind of you basically run across their line of sight intentionally. So they the humanoids begin to chase you, and like all of the slavers at this point are basically chasing you. The robots have not moved. They kind of look up. One sec, I need to make a roll here. So yeah, none of the robots, including the green one and others, just kind of they look up and just keep fiddling. And then they kind of go back to kind of yelling at the kids and telling them to move faster as the slavers begin to give chase.
I mean, if we attack
Maybe
the
he'll just
robots
bring them
now,
to the jungle. Yeah, maybe he just brings the slavers to the jungle and we just take them out
Yeah.
there.
to be fair, if we attack the robots now, they're just gonna bring him back. Or try to kick his ass. Hopefully he can shoot them before that happens.
You know what would have been smart, guys? If we would have hidden guns out here for him, so he could just turn around and start shooting once he
We
got.
don't
out.
have enough blasters for that.
I have a blaster in my pants. That's what he said.
That
The
sure
weird crossbow.
is.
But also blade blaster.
Give me a performance check, Gabe.
Oh, I will
Oh,
give you a
no.
performance check.
Hell yeah.
Aren't you specialized in acting or something?
I should be, but I'm not.
He specialized in dance.
Well, I from my background, I have yes, dance is I get an automatic edge on dance, but this isn't dancing.
This is running.
Yeah, this is pretending to run.
While screaming, essentially. Oh no, I'm gonna get caught.
I mean, frankly, I'm just thankful
And
you
they
let me use
convinced enough
performance instead of deception, but you know.
I think performance makes more sense for your character than deception.
It really does.
Whereas deception makes a lot more sense for Dez. Oh, Shadow Omens is already done for today.
Were they playing tonight?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They always do that we do.
Oh, that's right.
We
they
really
okay.
do talk so much about behind the screen shit while we're on stream waiting for something to happen. We will no magic is here. We will just tell the audience.
We dropped the Derek.
Wait. Oh, who'd we lose?
Derek.
Oh no.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Back to your spot, Derek.
Yeah,
I'm back.
for a hot minute, I was Derek.
We'll get to that body swap episode.
One day.
Way too charismatic to be Derek. That would be a hilarious body swap episode, though.
As you guys all run away, as you're running away, you your performance goes well. You manage to lead them a good 300-400 yards in before turning and kind of like they quote unquote like they've kind of surrounded you at this point, and they fully believe that you're a kid.
And I have like my hand. I have my hands up. Please don't hurt me. I'm just I refuse to live a life as a slave.
Derek looks right at Teddy. He just looks him right in the eyes with like that face. He doesn't say a word. He just looks at him. You know what you did. Why?
This is the best outcome.
He's not a slave no more. He's free now.
I'm a free alien person.
Not for long, you're not. Yeah! This guy kind of like starts running and he's like tries to swing at you. Go ahead and make a targeting check to fire back.
Okay, I will do so. Yixteen. It's a crit.
Come on. Come on. We did say once that murder doesn't count in space.
You said that. Gabe might
a bl-
feel it.
It's a blaster, not a like ballistic. or-
Gabe,
Natasha never said she said it to son.
you reach in and you just, as he kind of like jumps and is like trying to grab you, you get him square in the chest, knocking him back. You kind of got your blaster set to stun, and then you kind of whip out and you basically volley and it hits each one of them, knocking them down, and they're basically
Okay,
like.
I twirl the
Crap.
blaster on my finger, do a as if I'm blowing the gun smoke away, and tuck it back in my pants and deactivate the hologram. I only have 2 skill sets, and I use them both.
As you guys sneak out into you guys kind of make your way back. You kind of rejoin the group, and what are you guys doing at this point?
I mean, do we have? I'm assuming we brought rope. She's gonna tie the slavers to a tree and cover all of their mouths except one, and start asking him some questions with her tongue out. Like, what is the Machine Empire doing here?
Okay.
Make an intimidation check.
I also
Is
want
social.
Teddy to just be punching the nearest tree, almost knocking it down to assist that.
Okay. Roll with edge.
You better get something out of them. Get something out of them, or else I'm killing this man.
Yeah, I feel like
yes.
it's gonna be much more impactful if Teddy just like smushes the head of one of them, and then we ask the other.
Well, no. So
Can
here's
I
here's
spin a story point for an upshift?
No. I'm gonna. You don't have to do
Yes.
that because I'm gonna be leaning up against the tree that Teddy's punching, pretending to be somebody that he has been warming up on.
Is this you
So
giving
he's
Nick a
basically what he's saying. What he's
Wow.
saying is, when you roll,
Yeah.
you're getting both an edge and an upshift because
Yeah,
you're getting
so-
2 helping hands.
No, and actually, that's gonna be another. That's gonna be 2 upshifts and 2
You get an edge and 2 upshifts. Yeah.
yeah.
So you should be rolling at a
Right.
D4 then.
Yeah. Listen, I really I have a lot in different areas, but they're all in like one skill.
I still think it's weird that intimidation is a strength thing. 18. You scare the crap out of this guy. All the 3 of you putting on your little performance there. He goes, they work for Lord Black now. He rebuilt
Doesn't
them.
even have-
He rebuilt them, and he's putting experiments on different kinds of soldiers.
How long have they? How many are there, and are they all here?
We shipped out a bunch this morning.
Where are they going?
Where? Sorry.
Earth.
I need one of you to alert one of you needs to alert SPD that there is a shipment of Machine Empire cogs and generals headed to Earth.
Derek?
I'll
can
deal
you-
with them. Teddy,
I call
wanna
Commander
work out some of
Kruger
your aggression?
immediately.
Like, why is
Yeah.
Derek the one making the call? Teddy's
Yeah,
got
he's-
it on
Teddy's
speed
weird.
dial.
Yeah, he-
Because you're the leader.
Teddy's
Make a
gotta be
technology
like,
check.
Hey, homie.
Ah,
Well, this-
fuck. A technology check? Why?
Because you're
Dude, you
6
have
light
so
years
much of a better
away.
chance.
Fuck.
I thought it was 4.
Yeah, basically you're setting up
Fuck
your
shit
journey
ass.
ring is a subspace Ansible.
I am. I'm gonna use a
This might be one
story
of those times
point
we gotta
and
finish it.
roll normally, because I would normally
Which-
roll with a snag.
Well,
Probably wouldn't be much better.
let's see. So your transmission seems to be being jammed.
Fuck.
Yeah, that makes sense. While they're distracted by that, Natasha has knocked out all of the people she tied up and is fully planning on letting them starve to death, but not.
I guess our only solution is to go into the mine and unjam the thing.
I mean, we at least have to stop the operation for building.
Yeah, we should probably like move the slaves before we firebomb the place anyway.
100%. We don't want to be killing a bunch of innocent children.
We need someone on extraction, and then the rest of us need to be on the offensive.
Right. Right.
Who has the
Derek, you're the
biggest galactabeast?
Not lionfish.
problem? Yeah, better.
It's gonna be Teddy by and far.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the bison, right?
I mean, it's probably either
It's
Teddy or Dez, because Dez is the body of.
That's true. I was just thinking, Cheetah is not a very big wild cat, so I'm probably not.
The Bandersnatch is intentionally small.
Okay.
And lionfish is definitely the smallest.
So what if we do this? We'll do relay.
I want you to know, Teddy is not being escort out. Teddy is in there fighting.
Right. That's why
yeah,
we're doing.
you weren't on the option. You weren't on option. You weren't on
We
option
don't.
for it.
We don't
So-
need someone to be with them though.
Right.
We
this
need
is what I'm
someone to
thinking.
escort them out of the building into the Zord, and that's it.
So here's
As
my
the Zord
thought.
can fly.
Yeah, this is my thought. Because we have the Bandersnatch and we have the Cheetah. We relay the two of them. Those are the extraction. They're actually extracting to the Tarot Drake Zord, and we use the Bison Zord as the breach. It's gonna actually be how we get in, and then Lionfish is covering fire.
Risky, but it
Okay.
could work.
We need to breach first to draw their attention to the front. Teddy, you ready?
Oh, I can draw some attention.
Before Derek can even say that, Teddy is going to attempt to just throw a tree at this cyborg factory.
Why don't
Don't
you
hit the kid.
Hold on. Before you do that, don't throw a tree. Throw one of the robots that are like non-functional now. One of
Fine.
the slaver.
I'll
All the
throw-
slavers are of sentient race. They are not
Well,
robotic.
they're stunned.
Throw
Great,
them
shot
anywhere.
At least one of them. At least one of them is stunned. So just like throw that whole dude at him. He'll die on the impact probably,
mean,
but they'll
They're
get
all
the
tied
message.
to a tree. To be fair, they're all tied to a
throw
tree.
that
You can
tree
throw
at him.
that tree.
I will attempt to throw that tree.
Okay.
That's such a message. That's such a message. I see we're all on board for murder in space now. We turned off our comms and said, "Oh, we're
Give me-
getting real. We're
Give
getting
me a
morally
mic check. We're
correct."
throwing.
I'm going.
I'm giving Teddy an upshift. I'm spinning a clip in a speech to give Teddy an upshift. An upshift
yeah.
of 2 now.
Oh,
Let
an
this be-
upshift of 2. I will.
This is
How
a
many story
message
points do we
from
have?
Savage. To any
5.
slavers out there.
5. And that
We have
includes
5.
the one I got back from my critical. Oh wait, no, I re-rolled. Never mind. Yes, I'm
That-
burning a story point to roll with
If
edge.
you are a slaver,
rolling.
we will tie you to a tree and throw your like tied up body and the tree across the jungle.
We're
They're
so
gonna be
unepic.
meat
We're
crowns,
so
guys.
You're in ranger form, correct?
So unepic
Yes.
when we're in space.
Yes, 100%.
We're gonna have to go to like a ranger tribunal for war crimes, aren't we?
You
Probably.
pull it up out of the ground and just yeet. And it just sails. Like 2 of the guys fall off because it's kind of come loose a little bit. Boom! Ow! One guy lands on
They
top of
cannot
the
be
one
alive.
guy lands on top of the green robot. Green robot kind of crumbles down.
How many of them died? Because that was kind of the point.
It doesn't look like any of them died, but they are not doing okay.
This is fine.
Teddy, you gotta hit him again.
Teddy is fine.
The robots have like all kind of like basically the one guy who like actually landed on like two of the secure cogs, the heavier duty cogs, like is actually like a 300-pound. It's like a 350-pound robot, like not robot, like almost walrus looking guy, and he kind of lands on top of these. He's very large. And it's just the robots are like, I can't get up. In total, there's about six security robots here, bunch of standard normal cogs, but none of them seem to be operational as of yet.
Nobody tells Adam we did that.
I mean, Natasha, with her help, turns off the comments. I don't plan on letting any of these here alive.
Oh no,
Teddy
we're gonna get
immediately.
Savage on their asses.
You guys,
We've
you
made
guys
an
kind of.
agreement.
Okay, here's how we're gonna play this. Since I had initially planned this to be a combat encounter, you guys are going completely sideways on me here. From your Zord rolls, roll targeting for anyone who's breaching. Roll your driving check or whatever. And then for the exit crew to help them out, roll a persuasion check.
Okay, so I'm covering fire, so I roll targeting.
Yep.
Okay.
I forget how community helpers give you edge on something that would
Oh,
apply to the way.
How many story points do we have? I would like to re-roll that.
Got
So
5.
are me and Natasha,
Okay, spending
are we
one.
laying down fire or are we actually infiltrating?
You're
Much better.
infiltrating.
We're
all
extract.
that. Right.
Yeah, so we need the
26.
persuasion check.
You managed to blow up key spots. Kind of creating some chaos. The kids are none of the kids seem to be getting hurt. You're being very, very precise about your strikes.
Oh, lionfish! You just keep firing off those spines. Yes.
Ren, with my background in social work as a community help, would it help? Would it give me edge on convincing the kids to come with me? She'll take off her helmet too.
Yes.
Hi, my name is. I am not only a ranger. I'm a social worker at the local elementary school. We're gonna go on a ride, and these two.
You
boys
actually
are gonna
recognize.
okay?
You immediately recognize one of these kids. It's one of the kids that had gone missing about 6 months ago, kind of before all this ranger stuff had happened that you had just started to work with.
I know you. You remember me, right?
Miss Blackwood, and it's this little she's got kind of a dolphin. She has like a dolphin head. And she kind of runs up to you and just gives you a hug.
We're gonna.
She starts crying. A couple of the old kids. You're here to save us?
You didn't think you were a lost cause, did you? None of you are. People are looking for you. Get in the one that looks like it's gonna eat you, and the cheetah.
Eric is taking a very different route here. His
It's
eight
literally
persuasion. He's like
he's like
not-
grabbing kids like
It's just like picking them.
Like,
He's
like-
like, let's go, kid!
No,
But I don't wanna!
Let's go. Grabbing kids under each arm is like, get in the cheetah. Move. Like, yelling at him.
No time to talk. Get in the robot.
He's got like a child under each arm. He's like yucking them. It's like a scene. It's like a reverse Titanic. He's just throwing kids onto the cheetah instead of onto the lifeboats.
You
Meanwhile,
He's
I'm
still
all the
get
way.
higher.
I'm all the way in the back. Like, how's it going in there, guys?
Natasha doesn't have great persuasion.
you actually managed to get all of the kids eventually, and it takes about 5-6 minutes to get everybody kind of get everybody gathered up and into the Zords as you kind of do one final sweep through to make sure you got all the kids. You board the Zords yourself and send a blast and destroy the factory and the mine.
And the people.
Yeah, there's nothing left and no one.
Hey,
Like I said, we're the Black Ops unit of Project Squadron.
hey, Des. Remember we like beat up those those burglars and got yelled at?
Hey, is
I
it
feel
still
like-
a war crime if we got the people out?
I mean,
Is this like
we
the
never.
okay
I don't
version of
think
that?
we're.
Hey, whatever you gotta tell
I don't
yourself.
think we're beholden to the Geneva. I don't think we're beholden to the Geneva Conventions technically because we don't work for a government body.
No, we just work for a private military organization.
Paramilitary
Terror.
organization.
Yeah.
Similar
We're
minds think
unethical.
alike.
I mean, we all agreed to kill these people. So, like,
I don't think we killed.
You're the only one. No, I don't think. No, we definitely killed some people.
My blaster was set to stun. My blaster was set to stun. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we tied them to a tree that Teddy threw, and then we napalmed the area. After we saved the kids, even if they lived after the tree, they're like shadow people now, burned into the ground.
Anyway,
I feel
Um,
like Natasha and Teddy went into this knowing what we were going
hang on, because if any do survive, I have one thing I need to make sure is done. Where are any ships that are theirs?
There seems to be. They're kind of like stationed around the perimeter. There's like 2 or 3 of them. 2 of them definitely got blown up in the initial description. The slavers' transport vessel has, as of yet, been untouched.
Well, any survivors, or any surviving slavers are loaded into that vessel. I'm going to have the Terra Drake Zord literally drop it from as high as I can carry it up.
Okay, that's death.
100% a war crime.
There wasn't anyone left alive after the initial explosion because one of the spines literally hit the tree. And the spines explode upon impact.
Natasha's covering the kid's eyes. Shh, don't tell your parents about this.
Yep. All right. I'm done.
The shenanigans. You do kind of like, just for good measure, you kind of grab the ship and just drop it from the height just to make sure everyone is really truly dead and has no way off.
Well, even if they survive, now they have no way off, and
They're gonna starve to death.
I mean, I know they're bad people, but yikes,
They're
guys!
not people. Slavers
We're
aren't
already
people.
dead.
They're
They're
not
already
people.
dead. They aren't people. They're already dead. Don't worry about it, babe.
You guys eventually
The more I hear, don't worry about it, babe, the more problematic that sounds to me.
the kids, as you guys kind of leave the atmosphere, the kids are just happy to be going home, and several of them are crying tears of joy and hope and saying thank you, Rangers, as you guys are transporting them home in your individual, like the galactobeasts are separated. As you guys kind of travel back through the wormhole, you pop out. This whole operation took about 6 hours total.
Told you we get it done in 3 days, Teddy.
You guys managed to get the kids home. You land in Angel Grove, and you send a relay ahead. Adam contacts, where the hell have you been? And he's like,
personal stuff.
what do you mean personal stuff? No one
Wait,
just
first off, where the hell have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you since before Christmas. Jeez.
We took some kids on a field trip.
field trip.
Unrelated. There is a envoy with foot soldiers with cogs from the Machine Empire on. We don't know if there's generals on it too. Lord Black has decided to reinvigorate the Machine Empire. You should probably contact Space Patrol Delta and tell them to be on the lookout for shipments. It looks like the arms race in this war just geared up.
I don't suppose you're wrong. Get those kids home. I'll reach out to SPD to have you guys meet them so we can get those kids to their parents. I have a feeling I know where you went and what you did. I don't want details.
I
The
can
comms
assure
are breaking
you,
up.
you never guess what we did.
Adam, the comms are breaking up. I turns off comlink.
You guys land, and an SPD shuttle kind of meets you.
Arrest us as soon as we step off the ship.
They
They're like,
as you guys as
Thank
all the
you
as
so
all the
much.
kids kind of pile off, the SPD officers document all the kids and start reaching out to their parents because every one of these kids has a report on them. There are unfortunately still at least 3 missing children.
Oops.
That
Do we have names?
Not anymore.
you find out that one kid unfortunately did not make it. He did not last long in the mines initially. The other 2 were taken somewhere else with
They
the
said they were doing it.
with the transport, and seemed to have something else. It's unsure what they did. They were 2 older kids.
Do we have
They
names
said
on
they're
them?
experiments.
You got the names of all the kids that have gone missing.
Yeah. So who are the 2? What are the names of the 2 that are not here, like that are unaccounted for?
Um, a brother and a sister. The brother's name is Taib, and the sister's name is Rima.
Do any of these mostly kids have any connection to any past at all?
Do
Like
they have any
anybody
connection to
who
what?
connect- any past rangers or anything connected to the morphing?
Not based on their names alone. You don't believe so, but go ahead and make a culture check. There are no records of them or their families having any connection to the morphing grid that you are aware of. And the kids don't remember a lot of the details about their migration.
Fair. I don't
Kids are
know.
just happy to be alive and home with, like, at this point you start to see parents meeting, like parents have been contacted and they're beginning to show up, and reunions are beginning to happen as the SPD officers kind of question you about it. They don't ask for a lot of details. And one officer goes, "Man, I hope those slavers got what they deserve. Filthy bastards."
People always do.
Thank you, Rangers. You've altogether that you brought home about 18 kids. There was a total of 20 missing. 21, but unfortunately one did not make it.
Well,
The other kids even confirmed that he passed away in like the first month.
we did the best we could, but still, there's a couple more out there.
And they said Lord Black is experimenting on people, seeing what he can do, what monsters he can make. We know for a fact that there are people who are connected to the morphing grid, at least by birthright, missing. And now he's kidnapping kids.
We still don't have the full picture. We need to figure this. We need to figure out what's really going on, and then deal with it. So maybe we might need that power source you found, Natasha. We might need it more than we think.
We might need. I know we said that it's a bad idea to strap a nuke to a car. We can't. That we're not exclusively driving. At this point, I think we've entered and exhausted all options except the nuclear one.
Still have another option.
What's that?
I checked the status of the tracker that we have on Jax.
Jax is in a warehouse downtown. Kind of like on the edge of town. And that's all you see is he's just in a warehouse on the edge of town.
So what's the is there like a history on it? Like, is there a moment where he was off world?
Give me a technology check.
I'll spend another clip in the speech to give you an upshot to do.
Okay. gonna spend a story point reroll. Do I keep the speech and quip for that reroll, or is it spent?
I believe rules as written would say this would be spent on the initial roll.
Okay. Oh,
Well, that didn't help.
well, right, because I lost the quip and speech, so it's rolled at a snag now.
Yeah. That's my understanding of the rolling anyway. Yeah, you're not able to, you're having kind of trouble fiddling with it. You don't see much of an app. You don't see much of a history. You're having a hard time finding it. If there is a history, you just kind of, you like end up like just like zooming in on it like really, really high and then like zooming out and then like rotating the map a little bit as you're trying to like push buttons to try and find the history. Which kind of tracks. Des is not super great with technology, especially technology that Harrison may have created.
Wait. Okay.
And Harrison isn't around to give you any bonuses for that.
I don't know what we could go and confront this Jackson. Maybe take him to a secure location, see what information we can get out.
Hey, I don't know what Lord Black has in that ship, so driving a bomb into it, we could be blowing up more than just him.
For sure. We need a way on the ship.
We have a way on
we
the
need
ship.
someone else.
This is right. We have a line to get away onto the ship. We just need to follow the thread.
What are you suggesting?
There's his plan.
We track Jax. We figure out how to get onto Lord Black's ship. And then one of us can take the place of Jax and walk about the ship, do recon, and then we come back here and we just decide how we want to take that thing down.
I mean, do
It's
we
dangerous,
think any of
but
us could perform
sorry.
realistically? Like, take his place for a long enough.
I don't. I mean, I could try, but I don't know what he is, what his mannerisms are. Like, does he have a YouTube channel I can analyze? Because otherwise, this is going to be really hard.
Tracking, we don't necessarily need to do this right away. If we take the time to follow him, pick up his patterns, I think you could do it, Gabe.
It would
We
take.
Yeah,
We gotta
I
sort
mean,
out Jax first, anyway.
yeah.
One thing at a time.
I
And
can
also,
try. If I have some material to study, yeah, I could.
We have a tracker on him.
It wouldn't. I'd
Be
need
that
vi-
hard.
I would need visuals, audio. I would need to know how he walks, how he sits, how he talks. This isn't a thing you do in a day.
Right. So we take a week.
time. There is also somebody else I know who could realistically seem like she's slipping to the bad side.
So
Are you
we
talking
have
about Tammy?
No, worse than Tammy.
Are you considering trading your sister to Black?
My sister has made a lot of choices, and at some point, at this point, Natasha's looking dead at Teddy. I'm gonna have to stop monitoring her choices and see if she can make the right one on her own. I trust she can do this.
So here's the play. Gabe, you watch Jack's like a hawk. I toss him the tracking, like, for the next week, you're his shadow.
Right.
Natasha, you figure out how we arrange a coincidental meet with your sister and Jax.
Question: do we tell Astro Rebels about this? Because this could put their base in danger since she works. Or do we keep this a small mission, as realistic as possible?
We do this need to know.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll make a call.
They can't hate us any more than they already do. Like,
Listen, what this is going to lead to is the crossover, so.
The wildest. We're making wild decisions.
Yeah.
Very wild decisions.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. So we got Natasha and Gabe, Derek and Teddy.
Yep.
Once Gabe's got all of what he needs to out of Jax, you're going to make sure that he's out of the picture so that Gabe can go up in his place.
we'll take care of him. We'll put the dog down.
I'm thinking, and I don't think this might be another situation where he can't come back to home.
Look,
We're not killing him.
no matter what happens, we're going to do the right thing. That's always who we are. We do the right
Yes.
thing.
You guys always get cold feet after we commit a war crime.
I
Why can't we go full war criminal? Why can't we lean into it?
okay. You know what? Fuck it. We're savage. We do what we need to do to get things done.
And then me and Harrison will be eyes in the sky, so to speak, making sure
We definitely.
that if things go sideways, we have an extraction.
We also can agree we have to tell Harrison a clean version of this story. As much as I love it, a cop's a cop.
Yeah.
He might get cold.
I mean, he might surprise you though. He seems a little
No.
disillusioned.
We need to be straight up with Harrison. He'll choose us over Squadron. Maybe we don't tell him about the war crime stuff. But,
Okay, well,
Can we
he'll,
let's
stay
tell
on the
him
war
the
crime?
full plan here.
he'll choose us
Okay.
over SPD. That's for sure. Whether or not he chooses us over Squadron remains to be seen. That's all I'm saying.
Derek looks at Dez and says he already did once. So
Fair. I trust him enough to let him know about this part.
Guys, it work.
It
Get to
looks
work.
like you're. Let's get to work.
I have a character study to do. Excuse me.
I have to go call my sister.
The scene
Get wild.
pulls away, and it zooms in on Harrison as he is furiously working away on something. Thank you for joining us on Power Rangers Savage Stampede. Rangers straight up committed
War crime.
war crimes, and you know what? That's just war.
Actually, well, one
And we're gonna
Ranger
do
committed
more.
war crimes. Just one.
And
I didn't.
I thought we all picked up the tree.
We love war crimes.
We're probably gonna commit more before this season is over.
We were doing the right thing. We were just doing the
Look.
right thing, guys.
A little bit of a war crime is okay every now and then as a treat. Like
Listen.
it's perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
those-
I can't Gabe this. I'm sorry. I can't Gabe rationalize this. We
those-
did crazy shit.
For those caught up on Shadow Omens, we are not the worst team.
Yeah, like those people
That's
will
true.
actually kill a
Shadow
kid.
Omens does some real fucked up stuff, guys. Slavers aren't even people. It's like barely a war crime.
Okay.
as
Like-
he who's out without sin, draw the first blade blaster.
Yeah.
as you can see, we have some fun around here. Thank you to David Field for interacting with us today on stream. We loved having you.
Oh my God, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Woo! Hey.
What the fuck? Hello, Dave.
Tune in next time. Next week, same Ranger time, same Ranger channel.